Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. This is Marilyn Gale. Today, I'm going to not really review, but just kind of give like the where are they now to the 600-pound life, and we're featuring Janine. Now, each show that comes on kind of goes over the statistics that over 13 years, my 600-pound life has followed 90 people and changed their life. Their last hope was surgery. With their chances of long-term success less than 5%, they've been defying the odds over the past 13 years. 90 people have lost over 21,000 pounds. Like I said, this is more so like a where are they now? And it's the same thing. It starts out pretty typical, where it starts out showing everything that the patient, Dr. Now's patient, how much they eat and how often, and just kind of showing the food addiction. So it's nothing really different. Janine is no different. She's getting to the point where she's almost, she is like bedridden because she has, lymphedema, I think they call it, in her right leg, and they find out that it had been infected. So the doctor, when she did go to Houston, the doctor admitted her to take care of that infection and also to help her lose weight. She's not mobile, like I said, and she started out at 678 pounds. So after they put her in the hospital for the lymphedema, the infection, she lost 15 pounds, and the process begins. Over the course of time, she's going in to see Dr. Now. She's losing just a few pounds, and the doctor is telling her that she's not taking it serious, and she's saying, just downplaying what she's eating. And the doctor basically tells her that her perception doesn't match the reality of her eating habits. The way she's talking to Dr. Now is no way she would have got to 678 with all the excuses. And it seemed like Dr. Now, he softened up a lot, because many of you who have watched this from the beginning, he would tell her, if someone, made all these excuses, and, the perception didn't match the reality of their eating habits, or they were sneaking in food, or whatever the case is, he would just tell them, do you think I'm stupid? So, I haven't heard him say that in a while, but he's softened up. In fact, I've seen him smile on this episode more than I've seen him smile, I think, for the basically the whole season, and even the previous seasons. So they go back and forth. She ends up seeing a psychotherapist, which I think his name is Dr. Paradise, if I'm not mistaken. So, she sees him and they talk, and it doesn't really seem like, it was any sexual or physical abuse. I think, she did mention that she was adopted, and so the doctor was mentioning that with people being adopted, sometimes they don't feel like they're understood. And so both of them kind of agreed on that. Now it comes to a point where she starts after seeing the psychotherapist, she starts weighing her food. And so that's a good idea, because even with a salad, guys, you can't put everything in a salad and think you're eating healthy. You even have to watch the salad dressings that you're using. So she's beginning to she started to beginning to get it, I think. So she's losing weight. And she doesn't seem to have a bad attitude at all. Now, she did say when she did lose those few pounds after leaving the office, going to her car in the parking lot, that you would think she would get recognition for the progress she's made. And you know what progress? You lose 7 pounds over a couple of months. But I'm just saying, at least she didn't act ugly with Dr. Now and say that in front of him. I think she just thought she can get away with some things, and trying to modify the diet that he puts her on. And especially if you're not weighing your food out, you really don't know if you're overextending yourself with any of the things. But I do like that at one point she got very serious, and then the weight started coming off. And she felt so good about herself that she went on an online dating site, and she met someone. And they were just going to meet for coffee, and they did that. But I think before she went even to meet him for coffee, she felt good, and she went in and went to a wig shop, and the wig stylist helped her and tried on a few wigs, but she bought one that was a brown kind of color and fixed it up, and she put makeup. Guys, it was a big difference in her appearance, a big difference. And I don't know who did her makeup. If she did it, she did a good job, but she looked good. So she went out to have coffee with this guy she met online. I think she went online for men who prefer big women. So that was smart, because there's men that just don't want anybody overweight. So I think it's smart for her to get past that hurdle and to know what she's getting to, and want the guy to know what they're getting into. Anyway, they decide to start, to go on a real date. So they went out to dinner. And now it is one thing that I myself wouldn't have done. They decided that they were going to be exclusive, and so, they showed him, and they seemed like they were really into each other. So, that made me happy for her. But one thing I would not have done, I would not have, had him come to the doctor's office and the weighing, and then showing the doctor, the parts of her body where they needed to take the fat out. But I guess, I don't know if they're being celibate or not, and I guess if they haven't, he would have seen that anyway. But you know what, sometimes you can just put too much on a person. I don't know, to me, I just wouldn't have done that so soon after dating, because some people get into relationships and they think that, okay, they can handle that. And he has told her he wanted to support her in what she was doing, because she told him all of what, the process she was going through. But then they think about it and say, you know what, I did not bargain for this, trying to be supportive to someone, and you just, a lot of times, it might end up being a caretaker, and I know it's something in part of my mind that I want to say, but I'll leave that for another video, because it kind of leaves the subject a little bit. But anyway, she's losing that weight to the point where the last I heard she was in the low 300s. And so I think she'll be able to get that skin surgery, and with that lymphedema being operated on, which they did that operation before they did the weight loss surgery. So that makes it where she can get around better, she can exercise better. In fact, she was really going at it. She was doing different things. She was just going out doing activities that she never thought, even by herself, never thought that she would do. So it gave her that confidence. So I think that this particular episode would be very, very inspiring and encouraging for people that may be in her same position in the beginning, that they're obesely overweight, because the first part of the episode, it was like, okay, we've heard that, before, and nothing's new about that. Same old, same old. But then the last part of this episode just showed you how feeling good about yourself changes your life. Self-hate is a horrible thing, whether it be your weight, your skin color, just a lot of things. Self-hate can destroy your life and those around you if they allow you. So anyway, I'm going to end it now. I just want to say, for those of you who have not subscribed to my channel, please do so now and click that notification bell. And I'll be back later on with another interesting story. So thank you all for joining me, and have a great rest of the week. Thank you.